Hey guys, welcome to Healing Intuition. I am here to help you create a happy, healthy, and wealthy life. So here we are on my back porch. I started to record this inside and it was like, Spirit was like, no, no, you need to go outside. So here I am. I love the heat, I love the sun. This is kind of like, I'm a Leo, so this is like perfect for me, this environment. Hopefully my phone can hold out. I'm sure it's probably going to get hot pretty quickly here. So, but anyway, so today's energy, let's talk about that. Let's talk about today's energy, and then we'll just get a couple cards and just see if there's any information that we need to have at this time. So it does feel a little bit heavier today, a little bit more, you know, just you can hear Maui in the background because he's pissed that I'm out here and he's not. It's okay though. But so yeah, it feels a little bit heavier, but the energy of like a slug is kind of coming through, you know, so it feels like, you know, make sure that you're getting plenty of water, make sure that you're staying very hydrated and that you are, you know, continuing to move forward. Don't allow this energy, this heavy energy to slow you down, right? But also there's a need to kind of make sure that you are doing things in moderation. Don't overexert yourself, right? Because I think right now a lot of us are getting, you know, we are being provided by the divine. Let me pull this back down just a little tiny. Extra energy, right? There's this energy of like a nesting period, or like a just really kind of getting settled into this new transformation, right? We've been going through a transformation and we're really getting settled into the new at this time, and things are kind of, you know, as we've been healing, things are going to start manifesting in the 3D. And so, for example, right, you know, I've been really, I have set the intention that I want to clean up this house and, you know, paint it inside. And so yesterday, you know, or this week really, I've just been going and going and going and going and going. And I think today, you know, the universe is just kind of like, or God is like, you know, hey, why don't you just slow down, okay? It's all going to get done. It's all going to get finished, and it's going to work out perfectly. So there is this need to kind of, you know, although that energy is here, for you to go and go and go and go, spread it out, right? Like, don't just focus on one thing or another thing, right? It's about balance and making sure that, you know, because you can get a lot of things done by doing little pieces at a time, right? So instead of using a whole day to do one thing, use a whole day to do little bits and pieces of lots of things, and then by the end of the week you've completed several projects, right? And you're not exhausted, you're also not burned out on these things, and there is definitely a need to kind of rearrange your focus a little bit. And it also is very good for stimulation, right? Say that you're doing something and you're like, suddenly you're like, okay, I am so bored, and you find yourself distracted. You find yourself like scrolling, or, you know, just distracted over here or distracted over here, or whatever it may be. And that's because you're burning yourself out very quickly. As we are ascending, right, our infinite souls have a hard time really just staying focused on one thing, especially if it's not something that really, you know, gives us a lot of passion. It's just, if it's something that it's part of life, right? You got to do it. Like cleaning the house or painting the house or doing the dishes or doing the laundry, or if you're still in a 9 to 5 job, doing that job, like, you know, little things like that. So I'm not saying don't get stuff done. I'm saying in those moments when you are finding yourself that you want to pull away from that thing and you want to just waste time scrolling or feeling distracted, or, you know what I'm saying, stimulate yourself with something else, right? Get up and move to the next project for a little bit. And I think that's what really we're learning right now, or we're being asked to really be aware of, is, or pay attention to, is how we're being called to move. Because the way that we're being called to move at this time is completely different than really what we've ever been used to before. And so I think that's what today is all about, is really kind of understanding that it's not healthy for us to sit and do one thing for 8 hours or stand or whatever it may be, right? So turn these large projects into small increments of time. So that way when you're going to these projects, the energy is there for you, right? You've manifested this energy, it's there, it's available, you're not going to overexert it, and you're not going to get burned out. You're going to be able to finish the project, come to completion without any type of like really over pushing yourself. So yeah, that's kind of what I feel like the energy is showing us today, right? All right, let's pull a couple cards, and let's see what they have to say, the animals. I've been really drawn to these animal decks because I have an animal tarot deck, and then I have my animal oracles, and these two decks have just really been calling to me over the last whatever. Even in this dress, it's hot. Let's see what we got. Also, it's very exciting news that I'm sitting out on my back porch doing this. This is huge for me, and I feel like that's something, you know, being able to be outside of the safety of my home with my purpose and expressing it, and not being afraid, not looking over my shoulder, not being afraid of who might see what or who might hear what, right? I'm just being me. And I think that's another thing that's kind of coming into fruition for everyone in the collective, is being able to, like, you will find yourself in situations where things flow a lot easier and a lot better when you are able to come out of that hermit mode, right? Be seen, be heard, be felt, be held, and be loved, right? Because those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. And so I think that's another thing that maybe you might find, the more that you're able to be who you are in every situation, the easier that life flows. I do feel like for some of you there is this weight, there's something that's weighing you down a little bit. And that might be this heavy energy that I'm feeling also, is it's maybe that you haven't stepped outside, right, of the comfort of your own home and really being who you are. And that is why maybe this energy is feeling a little bit heavy. Oh, Zyla K is awake, family. Hi, Pumpkin. I thought I heard your TV on. How are you? Good. Did you sleep good? Good. Oh, careful, baby. Fantastic. I'm just recording this, and it shouldn't be too much longer, and I'll be in afterwards. You're more than welcome to sit out here if you'd like. Okay? Okay. Another thing, this, you know how I feel that everything is always connected, and there's always, there's a really big importance of staying very present in the moment. I could have handled that in a way of, hey, I'm recording this, give me just a second. But instead, I love the authenticity of being able to be on here, and I love our community that we've built, and being able to, you know, just really, you know, that I have children, and that they always come first. And so in that moment, right, I honored her. I told, you know, I showed her that I was excited that she was awake for the day, and I asked her, you know, you saw, like, and then I think that is very important, is staying present in every moment, no matter what is going on, right? Yeah. Okay, let's see. What else do we have for today, please? Holy Spirit, This tarantula wants to come out, and it's very funny because when I was taking my son over to daycare this morning, I walked outside and I had just power washed all of this right here yesterday, but there was a new spider that had you know, made a web in it, and I found it on my arm. It was just a little baby guy. But so the spirit of the spider is also very much in our energy right now, right? On this card it talks about connection. A lot of times the spirit of the spider brings in prosperity and opportunity, and but it's just I feel very much so that there's somebody that you're connected with. This is a whole nother message here, that I think that is going to bring you some sort of news. This person, it almost feels like, and these are my confessions, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like somebody, there's just something that needs to be said, and I think this person is just really, really, I'm hearing like tied down, not able to really move, like, but I also feel though, and another side note is, a lot of you, are actually very grounded right now. I feel like most of the time we have a hard time staying grounded, but to our surprise, we are actually very grounded at this time. And I think that's, definitely some work that has been, you've been putting in the work in order to make that happen here. Back to this person. This is very, very scattered energy, but this is kind of like what they're talking about, right? Moving from one thing to another. Back to this person. So the leaves right here. There's some leaves right here. They keep moving this card like this, and like this, and like this. And so it feels very much like this person is like kind of back and forth on this connection, not really sure about this, and that's where maybe this news, or this connection, or this confirmation, or this conversation, or this whatever it may be, might come through, because it just feels like somebody is holding back in a way. But also let's look at like, it's like she's like almost trying to, like, I feel like maybe trying to like army crawl. I don't know if you can see, I can't really see. But yeah, it feels like today, it feels like you're just having to like sludge up the hill, right? Just like a slug, just slowly. But again, just can make sure that you are ingesting and digesting healthier things, and it will help you move this energy. Get yourself out in the sun if that's possible. It will also help. And then also a big thing that I found that helped already today with this energy is just making a point to sit down and record this video, right? This is something that I'm working on, right? This is any time that I am feeling drained or anything like that, if I show up for you guys, then my whole day shifts. So whatever it is that maybe it is that you're creating on the side or something along those lines, and maybe you just don't feel like doing it today. Do it anyways, because it will shift your whole energy, okay? Instead of going and laying down and taking a nap, do the thing that you don't really feel like doing, right? And not to say that I didn't really feel like doing this, it's just sometimes there is this energy that's almost like resisting me from showing up and giving you guys this information, right? Channeling this information for you. And I think the more that you resist, right, and you actually do what you don't want to do, okay, the more that energy is going to shift for you, and it's going to be more guided and more flowy into your reality, okay? I hope that that's making sense. So, you know, there's a big energy of do, right? Or if for some of you, that is having a conversation with somebody, right? There's something that's draining you, that's weighing you down, and that's what it is that you need to express something. You need to get something out there. I like the way you move. Do, do, do. Yeah. So you want to know what's really funny? So we got the gorilla card, which talks about peace. And gorillas are actually endangered. But you can see here, I hope you can see, that right next to the gorilla is a mask that the gorilla has taken off. And also, for some reason, this is a funny note, some of you, there may be a need to add some humor into your day-to-day, right? It might just help you, because I'm being drawn to tell you that this is my son's favorite card in this deck, because you can see the gorilla's butt. So, I really feel like, you know, this gorilla, the energy of peace here, right? First of all, he's up in the clouds, right? So he's looking at things from a higher perspective, okay? So anything that comes your way today, tomorrow, make sure that you're looking at things from a higher perspective and understanding that you were probably once at that state of consciousness as well, right? But also, I feel like a lot of the gorilla's peace comes from the fact that he's taken his mask off. And that just brings us full circle to what I was saying here, right? And with the world in the background here, it really makes me, you know, I'm drawn to that energy of the world card, right? The world talks about cycles ending and new cycles beginning, and it feels like you're just kind of in this position right now, you know, waiting on for this next opportunity to come towards you, maybe analyzing where you've been and looking forward to where you're going, but you've taken your mask off, you've put down your armor, right? Put down your armor, and that is allowing this new opportunity to come towards you. Let's see. Any other messages for the collective, please? Yeah. Yeah. This is the traveler. This is the Fool card. This is the brand new beginning, right? Yeah, and then we've got the Ace of Swords underneath that. So it feels very much so like some sort of conversation. Something is going to bring you mental clarity. And it may actually, because I'm really drawn to the purple on this card, it may actually be something that comes to you, whatever this information is, it may come to you through your third eye or through your crown, right? It may be a divinely guided message rather than actually somebody speaking to you. I'm hearing that's about 50-50, okay? But you'll know when that happens, all right? So, expect this type of energy today. Anything else that we would like to share at this time? Okay. Not at this time. So, thank you all so much for being here. And I'm thinking of maybe going live later. It just depends on life, right? Because I'm working on staying present in the moment and really just doing as I feel guided, right? I'm constantly saying, all right, God, what's my next step, right? I will finish a task and I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do next, God? Because what's next? What's next? Keep going. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, have a fantastic day, and so much love to you.